Hey, Mike.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Welcome everybody back to the video store. 2 videos in one day. Well, shit.
I know.
Yeah.
Is this the beginning of the video store again? Are we gonna go up to 6 videos?
Maybe. This is the shit you get when I have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Warm takes us back. Did you miss that orange glow in the back there and the fiery thing in the logo? I love it. So yeah, warm takes.
Yes.
It's been a while. I think we did a pirate bitch last time, but
Yes.
I think that may be it. This is episode 6. Also,
Oh,
fire shit. I mean, Holzmann.
you got fucking tours back here.
Warm takes. You can get a shirt like this for the low price of whatever they're charging these days in Public.
Yeah,
But
they
we
have
get
a
like
sale
a buck.
going on, actually. They have a sale going on. $13 t-shirts right now.
Huh, that's good. Buy your shirts, give us 50 cents so we can pay for StreamYard.
Yes.
Good stuff. And hello again, Nick Twig, our one viewer from the earlier video. Hope you enjoyed that shit. It was great. So yeah, it is the man, the myth, the holes.
Hello.
How you doing, buddy?
Have you seen the show before?
I have. I was looking forward to this, and then right before we started, Nazario went, "Yeah, this is going to be the most controversial episode of Warm Takes." So I'm in for a treat.
You see, it's going to be a little controversial because we have kind of a thing for this show, like warm takes. It's not hot takes or cold takes. It's basically takes that are like right there in the middle, like that sweet spot when people give it 2 stars, and some people are like, yeah, and other people are like, huh, but I'm fine.
Also, yeah, Twig, I did shave, and it took a lot longer than I would have liked.
Well, I do not shave because I go to the barber, and the barbers are closed till February, so this is gonna grow a bit. This is the thing. When I went to this guy's list on Letterboxd, I started finding myself with some hot takes that were too irresistible to resist. So, yeah, that's about right. He's a child. Anyway.
I hadn't shaved since like October. And then I shaved, and I was like, I kind of forgot what I looked like without a beard.
You look exactly the same, dude.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, it's like you cut off like 3 hairs. Anyway, this is good practice. We talk some movies. YLS is running right now, and
Yes.
you know, I mean, if we had Bar here, it would be the same fucking set,
we have the fucking same group.
right? Bar,
I'm sure I've got
you're
some
seeing
glasses
this,
somewhere.
and you want in messages so you
Yeah.
can make fun of his picks.
Jump in if you need to.
But basically, yeah, that's nothing on this list is gonna show up in his top 100 because, like I said, we go for a
We would
war.
hope not. He's got a fucking
yeah.
warm take at the top 100.
Honestly, yeah, that's a good statement because I don't even fucking know what you put in that list. So let's start this shit.
I would
right.
like to say it gets better from what we've seen so far, but I cannot honestly say I can't say that and still be honest. I think it does. We'll see how the world responds.
Probably not. Your first movie for today is Sound of Music.
Yeah.
Best Picture is the winner. Did it win? Yeah. Best Picture winner. 1.5. I thought you liked the singing and the dancing thingies. What happened?
So there's a few things going on here. One, this is one of my mom's favorite movies. She loves this, and so I've seen it a lot. Some would argue too many times. Also, my favorite things is not a Christmas song. I don't know why we're making it a Christmas song. There's nothing about Christmas in the song. But no, I have found Robert Wise has only directed one good movie, and that movie is West Side Story. And West Side Story is brilliant. Nope. No. But the thing is, it's very clear when you watch West Side Story. Jerome Robbins is the one doing all the heavy lifting there. He's the one that makes that movie great, and Robert Wise is just the name that they put on it to get the movie made.
Do you
I
like
think
this movie, Mike? I'm curious.
I'm not a big musical fan. I enjoy it. I don't love it, but I definitely think it's better than 1.5 star. I'll say that much.
You know what? I don't disagree that much with it. I really don't like the Sound of Music. It's too long, it's boring, and it has Austrians. I don't even know who they are. Okay. You didn't like that one, bud. What happened with this one, dude? I mean, I thought you liked the music dancing thingies, and you give 1.5 to Gracie.
so this is another one where there's a few things going on here. In 11th grade, I went to like a week-long like youth conference thing on the other side of the country. And they have like a movie room where you can like watch movies and stuff during downtime. And this was the only movie that anyone would ever play in that room. Like we would discuss and try to make a decision, and then every time people would decide on Grease, despite the fact that we had already watched it earlier that week. And then they go, "We're doing a movie night, not in the movie room, but we'd like have a projector screen." And they put on Grease again.
Like those people in the Postman putting Sound of Music every night.
And also just like this movie is extremely uncomfortable, has not aged well. Yeah.
Is this not woke?
This is not woke. This is
I'll be
very
honest.
not woke.
I watched this movie for the first time when I was 17 years old in a revival around 1997 for some reason in the theaters. I thought it was way too simple. Like there's really no plot to this movie other than the chick comes here and
Bard, do you want to jump in?
Hey!
You want to jump in, man? Message me.
you want to
there.
jump in and mess with this motherfucker? Let's do that. Mike, send him a link. So yeah, like I was saying, this movie has like the basis plot, and then basically it's like good girl likes the guy who's not really bad boy, and he pretends to be a bad boy, so it breaks her heart, and then she turns bad when he's supposed to turn good, and they
The
dance
lesson
together.
of this movie is literally you should change for a man.
I mean, yeah, but he also changed for her, kinda. In the end, like he was wearing the white thing instead of the leather thing, right?
Yeah, and then he immediately throws the jacket away, but she's still changed. He unchanges immediately, and then they just fly away in a car.
Mike, do you like this movie?
No, I saw it once. I did not care for it at all. This is one of those that, made me hate musicals or dislike musicals. I won't say hate.
Fair. The next one is Into the Woods, and it's also 1.5. Dude, you're the music guy. You like the sound and dancing music things. We have 3 musicals deep, and you're all 1.5 stars. What's going on here?
So you'll notice if you look at the picture, there's the 3 lines which means I've reviewed it. This is my longest review on Letterboxd ever, because this is a movie that I legitimately hate more than most movies.
Yeah.
Now the YLS combo is complete.
But I hate this movie for a very specific reason, and that's it is horrendous at adapting the source material. I will say the first half of this movie, the part that follows the first act of the show, is honestly almost perfect to me. I think it's fantastic. And then the second half just throws it off a cliff. It just much like The Baker's Wife, it throws it off a cliff.
Do you like the movie far?
This movie is not great. It's not. Mainly because it's a hack.
Rob Marshall is the worst director currently working.
He's up there. He's definitely up there. This takes a great stage musical and completely goes, you know what? How safe can we be?
Let's remove the commentary.
Let's remove anything that makes this movie a lot more deep. You know, like a relationship with the baker and his dad.
You know what? I really like Steven Sondheim's musicals, and I really like the one you don't like, Sweeney Todd, the adaptation with Tim Burton. But this is worse. And the worst part about this for me is that it's fucking boring. I thought the movie was like wrapping up, and it was just like in the middle. So yeah, Mike, have you seen
And
this thing?
I saw the trailer for it and I said, "Fuck no."
and somehow Chris Pine is the worst performance in this movie, and James Corden is in this movie.
But you know who is great in this movie? Billy Magnuson.
Billy Magnuson.
Who?
He's the second prince. He's also the dumb guy from Game Night.
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
I like that guy. So moving on, Shark Tale, 1.5 star. You know what? I'm
I
not gonna
don't-
waste anybody's time with this. Let's move
I
on.
was going to say, I don't think this is very controversial.
The Happening, 1.5 star. I mean, fair.
Yeah.
Still though, Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg versus plants. Mark Wahlberg
What?
versus nature.
No.
So the thing is, as much as I have this rated at 1.5 stars, I love this movie. I think this is one of my favorite bad movies of all time. To the point where I was hanging out with my friends, and I were just hanging out at my house one day, and we were just like sitting around, and my friends went, "Let's watch a movie," and I went, "Do you guys want to watch the funniest movie ever?" And I turned on The Happening, and the three of us had a blast. This movie's horrible, irredeemable, so stupid, and I love every minute of it.
Do you agree, Bart?
Hey, let me counter that question with another question. Hey, do you guys like hot dogs?
Prime protein, they got a fun shape.
God damn.
It's an underrated film.
Prove to me that you're not crazy. Oh, black water, keep on turning. This movie is so amazing. Like, oh god, look, like, I want to say nice things because M. Night Shyamalan's actually a nice guy, and like, and he's from my area. But this movie is so bad in amazing ways. Zoe Deschanel is so miscast in this movie. It's kind of amazing.
This is the thing. John Leguizamo is the only person that's taking this movie seriously.
I think Zoe Deschanel. I think Zoe Deschanel was high during the whole shoot.
Yeah.
She always looks like she's on cocaine. Let's be honest.
I will just say this though, I would watch this before watching Lady in the Water again.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
I would rewatch this before I rewatch any other M. Night Shyamalan movie, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
I don't agree with
Unless
that.
I'm so if I'm alone, I would rewatch probably Split personally, but if I'm with friends, The Happening, 100%.
I can't believe I actually paid money for this one.
That's gonna be the next Holy Script, guys.
Empire Records. 1.5 star. Brian Michaels is seething right now. Seething.
Good, let him.
It's terrible. Like,
This movie's shit. I put it in the overrated 90s films YLS that we did a while back because really, yeah, it's pretty fucking stupid. And that Lucas guy, it kind of made me regret using that name for my kid though. Like when I rewatched this movie, I was like, "Fuck! I cannot think about this and anybody else than this stupid little fucking man child."
it's awful. And it's one of my favorite things to do, I was talking about this with Bowman, is going on Amazon Prime because they like categorize the movies, and I got to classics, and they have no idea what a classic is. It's just like classic movies, and you go through and it's like, yeah, The Conversation, Jaws, sure. Other movies that we might get to later, and then it's like Empire Records. I'm like, it's a classic because why? because
Robin Tooney shaves her head, man. Mike, did you watch this movie and love it or not?
Yes, I did. Fuck you guys. It's a great fucking movie.
Oh no, Mike!
I love this movie. Fuck you guys.
This may be the first, but this will not be the last time Mike and I disagree tonight.
What was that?
I don't know. What did you press?
This movie, yeah, no. But this one, I don't know. I kind of liked it. I watched it once. I'm gonna be honest. I went to the theater. They told me that the monkey and the girl had to be together because if you took the monkey away, the girl would die. And I just thought that's really millennial attitude.
I
At
mean,
the same
isn't that
Hey,
also
wait a
the plot
minute.
of Dora?
At
Take them
the
on
same time, at the same time, I really like Nicole Kidman, and I like James Bond in this movie. And I thought the bear fights with Gandalf was great. And I was like, "Ooh, it ends without an ending. It must be one of them trilogies that we're used to now because of Lord of the Rings, and they will for sure make the next one next year." No, just, just I don't know, it just never happened. So I was unfulfilled. Is that why you didn't like this? Because you were unfulfilled?
So I think the visual effects are fantastic. Like this movie looks amazing. The thing is, this movie came out when I was, I think, 8. Did this come out in 2008, 2008, 2006, somewhere around there? Something like that. I don't know. Anyways, this movie came out when I was this movie came out when I was a child, and I have not seen it since I was a child.
So last week, burn.
And heyo. But no, this like even as a small kid, this movie I was just like, this movie was boring. This movie did not interest me at all. I was like, oh, it looks really cool, but it's so little of it is about it like being fun and being this adventure for kids, despite the fact that that's what this movie was pitched as. So yeah.
Do you agree, Bar?
First of all, I've never seen it. However, I know that this is basically the opposite of the Chronicles of Narnia.
This is true.
It's literally supposed to be like theologically the complete opposite of the Chronicles of Narnia. So of course Cam's not gonna like this.
This is true.
But the Narnia movies don't even make sense because they adapted like book 2 and book 4 and then book 5 or something.
They adapted them in publication order.
But not chronological order.
Nazario, if The Magician's Nephew was the first Narnia movie, the franchise would have died a lot faster.
Plus,
I
we'll probably
wanna
talk
know-
about Narnia more later on another show, right, guys?
Oh, maybe.
I don't know.
But I wanted to know why the pole was in the thing when I saw the pole, but they didn't explain that because they killed the franchise. Mike,
Voyage of the Dawn.
you
Voyage
love
of the
this
Dawn
shit.
Treader is the second worst book.
I have not seen this movie, but you pitched it with James Bond and Gandalf. Now, if both those characters are in this movie, I'll watch it immediately because that sounds fucking ludicrous.
You see that bear right there? That's
Yeah.
Gandalf. Just so
Gandalf
you
the
guys
White.
know, my sister told me that if I wanted some like closure on the story, I could watch the adaptation that is going on right now on HBO of this. But then I saw that it was like too long, 2 seasons long, and I just didn't think it was worth it.
And it didn't have Gandalf and James Bond.
It did have
Oh,
Lin
no, it
Manuel
had
Miranda.
Alexander Hamilton and X-23. I don't know why you're bringing this up. We've talked about this at length on this channel.
Well. It
Three
came
holes
from
in
the
the
video
ground.
store.
Water.
The premiere episode of it came from the video store, and you gave it 1.5 star, even though we made you watch it. And it has sounds and music and things like the shit you like.
Sounds.
I mean, this is the fourth musical, man, and you gave shit to everyone. I don't think you like musics.
No, I like musicals. I just like good musicals. And also 2011's Footloose.
M17 again.
Not a musical. It was supposed to be. There was supposed to be a stage musical of it, and it never happened.
I still
Mike,
want that.
tell them why
Yeah.
this movie is good.
It was fucking fantastic. You know, you got people getting fucking chopped up, you got people stab blood everywhere, and it's a fucking. This is a musical I can get into. Give
I
me
feel
more
like
of
we're
this.
about to go on a marathon of the fact that I rated all
They
8
shoved-
Saw movies between 1 and 2 stars.
They shove the drug up their noses.
Yes.
Citrate. Excellent. And the grave robbers literally steals from the graves. Mar, have you seen this?
Nope.
You should. It's
Don't.
great.
Yeah, get on it.
Get on that shit.
I know the original Christine from Phantom of the Opera's there.
This is a surprise. I mean, you make everybody else watch this shit. So we figure you loved it.
What
It
happened?
even stars It even stars the moron that thinks that the Democrats were planted between the Republicans when they took
Oh,
over the fucking
Kevin
Capitol.
Sorbo.
Kevin Sorbo.
I legitimately almost made a tweet today saying that I want to rewatch God's Not Dead just so I can watch Kevin Sorbo get hit by a car.
I had to swear off Kroll the Conqueror, man. You know, and that movie made me laugh my ass off. So why do you hate God?
Yeah, Cameron, answer that question.
That's a quote from the movie. No, so here's the thing. Like, I work at a youth group. Like, I've grown up in church all my life, and part of that is when you're a teenager and your youth group runs youth events every week. Sometimes they just go, "We're gonna watch a movie," and the PureFlix movies are a safe bet. So I grew up with all of these. And so the reason I use them as a strength is not because I like them, but because I've seen all of them and they're terrible and hard to find some of them. Is this movie good? No. No, it's not. None of them are really.
The second one has Clarissa knows it all.
What's really rough is that this one that I rated 1.5 is the best of the trilogy.
I never saw the third one, actually.
But this one doesn't
The
have
the second one is a courtroom drama, and then the third one starts with the church burning down.
The second one is the one that has Clarissa knows it all, and she tries to like figure out why they cannot teach religion in school. Like she doesn't know the fucking rules of the country.
I thought it was.
It has her and Ernie Hudson and the guy from John Tucker Must Die.
Mike, do you love this?
When I worked at the video store, we had to show trailers sometimes for just movies that were coming out on DVD. This was on for a fucking month, and I wanted to shoot myself in the face because I kept hearing the goddamn song over and over again. I will never watch.
Okay, the song was good before the movie, and then after the movie, it got a lot worse.
I do not believe you.
The Newsboys
That song was
star
never
in
good.
all three of these movies.
Okay, this is where we get rough.
Yeah, there we go.
What in the actual fuck is wrong with you? This thing is a fucking masterpiece. Why do you give it 2 stars?
So, for those who don't know anything about me, there's one movie that I absolutely love that is about a getaway driver from Heists. I'm not going to say what that movie is.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's the driver.
The
Driver with what's his face?
But so the thing is, I had
Cancellation the movie. That's what he enjoyed.
but so I hadn't
Ryan
seen
O'Neal.
this
That's what I was trying to think
movie
of.
after I already fell in love with that other movie, and then people went, "Oh, you'll love Drive. It's just like that." And then I watched, and it wasn't. And so I think the biggest reason I don't like this movie is because I was told that Drive was going to be Baby Driver again, and then it super wasn't. And also because one time in a trivia match, I was asked to name the make and model of the car that he drives, and that shouldn't be asked, Dan.
I agree with that because I have no idea what cars are other than they
that's
have
a rough
4 wheels and they
fucking
roll. Bar, do I have to cancel you too for this? Or do you actually like the movie?
I haven't seen it.
Shit.
No,
Mike,
see, that's fair. That's fair. You haven't seen it. No, this is a great fucking movie.
fair. Yeah.
I will
I
say
do
Albert Brooks is the best part of this movie.
I do want to see this movie and the movie that this is like based on.
Albert
It's a
Brooks
remake.
and Walter White are fucking great. Ryan Gosling is great. The girl, I forgot her
Carey
name.
Mulligan.
The girl from Promising Young Woman,
Carey Mulligan.
Gary Mulligan.
great. Oscar Isaac, great. What the fuck are you complaining? Ron Perlman is great.
Yeah, Ron Perlman is fucking excellent in this movie.
Dude, I have
But, like,
half a mic to throw you off the show right now, but it's too early.
It'd be better if it was directed by Edgar Wright.
This is fair. Moving on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Aha. Best Picture nominated is another with the music and the thingies. Not a musical per se, but it does have a lot of music in it.
Yeah, it's got music in it.
And Bradley Cooper plays a really ass great drunk. I don't get it. I thought this movie was fine. What's the problem?
So the way I talked about Sound of Music being my mom's favorite, like one of my mom's favorite movies, my dad listens to nothing but the soundtrack to this movie. I don't know why. I don't know why. Like, it's a great soundtrack, but it's
good.
it's been 2.5 years.
I thought that
He's
soundtrack was
still listening to it.
shallow.
And so, like
Don't give me that shitty
I
grin.
think the performances in this movie are fantastic. I think the music was really good before it was the only thing playing all the time everywhere. I think this is one that I definitely need to revisit. I feel like I'd like it more now that I'm far removed from it. Like there's a lot of times where a 2-star doesn't necessarily like reflect me thinking it's legitimately a 2 out of 5, but it's like everyone thinks this is a 5 and I don't see that at all. And so me just thinking it's overrated brings it down a little bit.
I don't think it's a 5, but I don't think it's a 2 either. What the fuck kind of system you running, sir? Mike,
Yeah,
you like drunk Bradley Cooper?
it's all right. Like I don't love it at all. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good fucking movie. But yeah, 2 stars is pretty fucking rough.
Dude, he doesn't even like music and he gives you a rough one. This shit.
I'm right about this. I'm
This
right about this.
Shit, man.
Cameron's right about this.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
this is the superior adaptation of Roald Dahl's
You
fucking
can
Factory.
suck. You can.
Nazario, you have no idea
The
how much
music
you're
in this
upset.
one is
You have no
better
idea
than
the kind of
Willy
crap.
Wonka.
I'm sorry, but we gotta take out the fucking host of everyone. God damn it, that's fucking ridiculous take right there. This is not the superior version.
Wow.
James
Wow.
Webb is the only thing that's better from the original.
Nazario, you have no idea the wrath that you have just awoken
You
and
have
the things you put in motion.
you have no idea the series of events that you just created for yourself, sir. None. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Zippo.
I mean,
Zero.
negative review is harsh, though. I mean, give it 3 stars, man. It's
No, I won't.
No, it's
I won't. I won't.
Jim's actually being generous with this score.
Come on. I like Mike TV, and I like the fucking song about
Then
the
watch
nuts.
the old one.
The fat guy gets stuck in the tube, and the blonde girl.
He
gets
does in the first one too.
You're describing everything
But
in the first
this is
one,
better.
that doesn't matter.
They make it better here. You know, I'll give you one thing. The one thing,
This movie
the
makes
one thing I didn't prefer is the dent.
because of memes.
The only thing I didn't prefer about this one is the dentist part with the dad. Who's Chase Geyer? Block him. But the thing I didn't like was the dad backstory because it was kind of stupid, but it gave us an excuse for Christopher Lee. So fuck you.
Also, like, if you're gonna write, like, I think that Johnny Depp is trying so hard to just do an impersonation of Crispin Glover in this movie.
He's doing Michael Jackson. What the fuck are you thinking?
It's
I mean, that's pretty obvious, isn't it?
the frickin' dolls welcoming them that then like melt into small pieces. Nazario, believe me,
favorite
I will defend Tim Burton more than a lot of people will, but this ain't one of those hills.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Remember how you got? You told me I was wrong about this one.
Oh God.
Yeah.
no.
This is the next one.
What's going on? Oh shit. Where is he? There he is. He's gone. Fuck that shit. Fucking
I
haven't
should
seen
keep.
this movie.
I should keep a counter. That's one. I predict more.
This is a great fucking movie. He's insane. You
The
get
fuck is wrong with you, sir?
So like I don't love Tarantino. I like him. I like more of his like epics than his smaller movies. When it comes to Tarantino, I'm more of an Inglorious person. I'm more of a Django person. Also, this is widely regarded as his worst movie. I have it rated as his worst movie. I'm not saying that I just did that
His
because
worst movie is Four Rooms, sir.
Yes.
that doesn't
count.
count, and you know it doesn't.
I mean, on a sliding scale of good to great, this is good. I actually really like this movie.
Mike, I know Kurt Russell's in this movie, and I know that's why you love it.
And he gets his ass kicked too.
There are better
Who
Kurt
gets his
Russell
ass-
movies, Mike. You know there are. I know there are.
And did you know what he rated those ones? Shit.
Higher.
Let's find out.
Higher.
Bar, do you like that proof?
Hey,
I've
Sky
never
High was
seen
my
it.
500. Sky High was in my top 100. Kurt Russell.
Next
I
time we
watched
bring
all.
somebody,
I
Mike.
watched all the Carpenter movies except Prince of Darkness.
Oh, this
Mike,
is not
next
good.
time we bring a fourth person, make sure he watches movies, please.
What's a movie?
The Polar Express is a movie.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't agree, but I can see it. This is actually a warm take. This is, I think, is one of the few warm takes you actually have for my warm take show.
Yeah.
This is a widely accepted as a mediocre film. However, I do like the story, and I like. I think that the movie would have become a classic if it would have been done on a different animation style. The fucking Dead Eyes bring you out of it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, he did 3 movies with this style, and he never got better. Never. I
This
think the one
animated style just needed to go away. The only animated movie that I think does the photorealistic animation well is The Adventures of Tintin. I think that's the
Great.
only one that takes that
is
animation style
is that
and uses it
photorealistic?
well.
Is that photorealistic? Because I know it's like they mapped out their faces
Thank you,
and
Jake.
they actually like follow the acting, but the faces of the characters themselves are not the same as the actors. They're like in the animated style of the Tintin story, which
I mean,
actually
not,
makes it
I mean,
Wait,
not
you mean
all
Hugo?
of the Tom Hanks characters look like Tom Hanks. So
mostly. Even Santa looks a bit like Tom Hanks. The only one that doesn't is a kid.
look, the best part of this movie is when they Tokyo drift a train.
I don't know, man. I don't hate it. I think it's fine. My kid likes it. He does get scared at the dead eyes, though. Bar, have you seen the Polar Express? Dude, what the fuck? That doesn't work. What movies? Mike, do you like Dead Eyes?
I'm pretty much in agreement with you, Nazario. It's all right movie. It's definitely overrated for fucking sure.
Fair.
Yeah.
Moving on. Click. 2 stars. Fair.
Yep.
I mean,
I was
yeah.
gonna say, yeah, there's nothing wrong with this, I think.
No, Mike. Do you have anything of actually?
Not really.
Yeah. Bar, have you seen this? Oh, yeah. Perfect. That's
Oh, do you
the
want us
warm-
to add it to your list?
That's a pretty warm take.
Oh, got him.
Shrek the Third. Fair. This is the worst Shrek movie.
Thank you. Thank you.
Disagree.
Thank you.
Disagree.
Oh,
Thank
What?
you.
We got
Disagree.
Bart. We've seen a movie.
No,
Have
I
you seen this
disagree.
movie?
Yeah, I've seen this one.
Bar.
I've seen all 4 Shrek films.
Bar.
So why is this not the worst
Hey,
one?
unless you're saying that the worst Shrek movie is Puss in Boots, then you're wrong.
Which is not what? I love
Nah,
Puss in Boots.
Shrek Forever After is worse than this.
You are
No.
wrong about this.
No.
You are wrong.
I don't know
Dude,
about that. I
At
don't
least
know.
that one. At least that one.
Bar,
has
do you like It's a
Rumpelstiltskin.
Wonderful Life?
I love
It's
It's a
fine.
Wonderful Life.
Then you should like
But-
Shrek Forever After. My
But
case.
Shrek Forever After, Shrek Forever After has Rumpelstiltskin, which is actually a little entertaining. And this one is so fucking basic. It just took the bad guy from the second movie and made another movie.
Yeah, but you know, Merlin and Wart are so. I like them in this movie a lot.
Merlin is decent. Arthur is bad. Arthur is bad.
I don't think he's that
I
bad.
mean, I mean, but this is the time that Justin Timberlake was doing like this and the voice of Boo Boo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And the Love Guru.
out of those two, this one's okay. Still shit. Mike, have you seen Shrek the Third?
I do not remember most of the Shrek movies, so I can't really say anything on this one.
The second one's the only one worth remembering anyway. So
Actually, no. I think
Shrek
the first one is
forever
very good.
after
I
good.
think the first one is very good too. I have
I
come
rewatched
actually.
every
I have come around to the way of thinking that Shrek 2 is better than Shrek 1. I didn't used to feel that way, but I do now. Shrek 2, then Shrek Forever After, then Shrek the Third, and Puss in Boots is fucking great.
I don't know. The
fell.
first Shrek's a little overrated.
Jurassic Park 3.
I'm trying to remember
So,
which one of you. I'm trying to remember which one of you two is the one who will get mad at me for this, and which one of you two is the one who agrees with me.
I am. The
I
one
agree
who-
with you. Where's Jurassic Park movie right here?
I don't know what
Mike, I'm so glad I'm building the goodwill with you now because it's all gonna go away soon.
I kind of figured. So I'll agree with you on this one.
I don't understand why Mike doesn't like it. It has
Because
Sam
you have Alan
Neill.
Grant, who's not Alan
It
Grant.
has Laura Dern.
And a fucking dude. It is not the character in this movie. He's complete.
It has Alessandro Niboland. It has a new dinosaur called the Spinosaurus. They make a joke about a phone in the shit. It's a recurring joke. So the phone in the shit is used like 3 times, and every time they do it, it's hilarious. This movie had the balls to be a comedy. I don't understand that. I don't see the problem. The only problem is that it's short. I wanted more.
God.
I wanted more.
So
Mark, have
Nazari,
you seen this one?
What was that?
Have you seen it? Well, see,
Oh my
I'm gonna
God,
give it to you, as this is fair that you haven't seen this one because it's shit. So
So why don't you like this, Cameron?
so I have a question before I give a full answer.
Are you
Are there
allergic to
other-
dino shit?
Well, are there other movies from this franchise coming up later in this show?
oh, that'll be interesting. What's the answer
What?
then? Is there...
You know what? Let me check for real.
Because if so, I'm going to save my big explanation for later when Mike is more mad at me.
Actually, no. I guess I didn't choose. Oh, wait.
No?
Yes, there is one.
Okay,
shit.
we're gonna
We already know
hold
which
up.
one's coming,
Look, I saw this for the first time this year because I watched it for fandom, and now it's gone. So why did I do that?
That was a wild take. That was a wild take right there.
Yeah.
Okay. How about Cars 2? 2 stars.
I think this is a completely fair rating. I think
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
nothing
I'll
wrong.
agree with that.
It may be a
You
little
know what?
generous,
I
even.
get it. I get it. I get it. And
Do
yet,
you?
and yet, I think if you tell me I have to watch one of the 3 car movies again, this is the one I watch.
Cars 3.
Whoa!
I rewatched Cars 3.
Cars 1 is boring as shit. Like, the guy goes into fucking hick town, country town, he stays there, and then he comes back and wins. Oh, well, he doesn't even fucking win. That's true. This one, it's kind of like a spoof of a spy thing. The only fucking thing that sucks about it is that Mater is not designed to be the main character of anything. It's too fucking annoying.
So
But
you're
everything
saying the main
around it is
problem
pretty
with
fun.
it is the general premise of the movie.
This movie had the balls to cube a car. They bring out a car that you learn her character's name, his poke and everything, and then he's a fucking cube. That's savage for a kid's movie, dude. And actually, I like the twist in the end too when they revealed the bad guy, how they figured it out, and somehow Mater was like actually functional, or for something. It was good, and they go to they race all over the world, and what's the fucking name? Francesco Bernoulli. It's amazing. I really like John Turturro's character. It's fun. It's entertaining, and I don't get bored with this one. I do with the others. The third one is basically just the first one again, but lamer. And they don't even have Michael Keaton.
No.
No, they don't.
Ka-chow.
Ciao. Okay, moving on.
I'm so worried
The
about which of
Hunt.
the other two. I'm so worried about which of the other Jurassic Parks is coming up.
Well,
Did you watch this movie in
which
theaters?
ones will not be on there
Cameron?
at all?
Cameron, did you watch this in theaters or in your house?
I watched this while living for 2 weeks in my brother's apartment because my mom and my sister-in-law were out of the country when everything started to get locked down for COVID. And so when they came back, they had to isolate for 2 weeks. So they lived in my house, and then I lived with my brother in his apartment. But anyways, yeah, I watched this there because I was like, hey, I'm done the term for school now, and I have time. I'll watch some 2020 releases because I'm stuck in this apartment all day. And this up until very recently, I think was this up until very recently was my worst movie of 2020. And then I watched Artemis Fowl because that's in fandom now. You know,
yikes.
what if we took the most dangerous game and made it a really, really bad political commentary starring Hillary Swank in 2020?
I didn't think it was that bad. I actually kind of liked it.
Of course you did.
It's entertaining, you know.
I'm sorry, you gave this 4 stars?
Yes. I think
It's all over
it's
now.
entertaining enough. It tries to be
Bad.
clever.
4 stars.
It's not as clever as you think it is, but I mean,
Uh,
I like when they killed Emma Roberts. That was
4
fun.
stars?
Mike, you like The Hunt?
yeah, I thought it was a good fucking movie. I gave it 4 stars as well. Fuck you, Snowflake.
Mike, what you just said sounds like it could be a quote from this movie.
That's why I said it.
You know, I'll be honest. The one thing I didn't like, I actually enjoyed the twist that it was like they were just fucking around with the chat and people made a big fucking deal because you know that shit happens for real, and then they decided that their revenge was to actually do the fucking thing they were being accused of. I like that too. That they were gonna pick all the only I'll just fucking say it, Republican assholes for it. I like that too. What I didn't like is that then suppose the only functional human being that was able to, you know, like walk without falling and defend herself and beat all these motherfuckers turns out to be maybe not a Republican because that's just fucking spineless. That was a weak ass decision. Get to keep the balls, man. Like you want to make her the hero, just fucking do it, but keep it on the line. If you just want to just not, nah. That's the one thing that rubbed me the wrong way. Bar, you hate this movie or what?
I haven't seen this movie.
Don't.
But but I want to bring up something real quick. Every time Nazario says anything about a movie having balls, he does this gesture, and it looks like he's holding an eggplant or a cantaloupe.
I don't know the size of your balls, but this is about right.
Truly, with this movie, it falls into one of the things I don't like with several movies that have come out recently, where like they think they're being really edgy, but they feel the need to tell you that in the movie.
Yep.
Where it's like one of my least favorite movies of all time is Assassination Nation, and it's a movie that literally opens and they're like trigger warning, and I'm like, you're awful, you're terrible. By doing, you're not
because you were triggered.
Because you're not existing as the movie, you are existing, and the first thing you're saying is if you don't like it, it's because you are stupid.
Are they wrong?
Like, no, I don't like it because it's bad.
I kind of get that. It's like when the first Paranormal Activity came out and everything was like this is the most scariest film of all time. And when I watched it, I was like, that was fucking not.
Yeah.
That was like me watching the security feed of my house for like 2 hours, and it was stupid. And I didn't think it was that great of a movie, and everybody was giving me shit like you didn't get it, you were scared. I was like, no, you want to watch actual horror movies because I have a bunch of those. Anyway, The Hunt, less clever than it thinks it is, but you know, 4 stars. The Kung Fu Kid.
Yeah, the Kung Fu Kid.
2 stars for the Comfort Kid. It's too fucking high, Cameron. What the fuck are you thinking? Does it have Miyagi? No. It has Han.
No, it has Mr. Han.
Does it have karate in it?
Sorry,
No.
you have this rated higher than I do. I just looked this up. You have this
Oh
rated
my
higher.
god!
I do. You know why? Because I forgot. I watched this movie in 2010, and I think
So did I.
I gave it a fine rating the first time I was ranking movies before. But this movie I rewatched about 2 months ago. Forgot to log it in. This movie shit.
I also haven't seen this since 2010.
So let's just do it together and lower the ranking. Like right now, let's do it as a group. Bar, do you like this?
You haven't seen it either.
Don't. Mike, do you like this?
No, I do not at all. Fuck this movie.
Okay, here is it. Here it is. What the fuck did I give it? 3? It was fucking drunk. Shit.
This is the big thing now. My main defense can just be, what did Nazario give it?
You know what? You know what this movie feels like? This movie feels like a Hallmark movie that you watch on a Sunday afternoon because there's nothing else to do, and you're just on TV. That's what it feels like, and it has that budget too.
I think the biggest thing with this movie, from what I remember, is it basically takes all the worst stuff about Karate Kid Part 2 and then puts it in the general.
The what?
Stop talking, Cam. You're making it even worse.
Just no. I'm gonna bring you back, but stop saying stupid shit. Okay. Scream 3, 2 stars.
Yep.
Why?
Because the first.
It has Jay and Silent Bob. That's a 3-star minimum right there.
That's a good, fair point.
See, we're lucky that this starts at 1.5. But no, I love Scream. You guys know I love Scream. It's in my top 100. It's probably my favorite, really well loved horror movie. Scream 2, I think, is not as good as the original, but I still really like it. I also really like Scream 4. I think this movie is fine. I think Patrick Warburton is great in it. I think Parker Posey is great in it.
Great.
But just the general story is kind of rough. The twist at the end is so dumb, where he's like, spoiler alert for anyone watching live who hasn't seen Scream 3. 3, 2, 1. The twist at the end where it's like, the writer did it, and also he's your brother. Like, why? Why?
I'll tell you why. Because Aaron Kruger writes this movie, and he doesn't write good scripts. However, the movie still has Jay and Silent Bob, Patrick Warburton, Parker Posey, has the original trio, which are all fine, except Neve Campbell, who's always great. And I don't know, man.
Come around
it has a Jamie Kennedy video. Jamie Kennedy is always great.
Yeah, Jamie Kennedy.
The fucking thing about the trilogy is going back to the beginning. It's kind of cheesy. And also, they needed a second Ghostface because this is the one and only that only has one. You know what? The thing where they spoke like this guy's the voice also was pretty stupid because in this one they can select other people's voices. You know what? You're fucking right. This movie sucks.
Thank you.
This is the worst of the 4. I completely agree with that.
Easily.
Let's see what happens with 5. Bar, have you seen Screen 3?
Just move on.
God damn. Mike.
Yes.
You like this part of the view as screening?
See, I'll agree. It is the worst one out of all of them, but I still enjoy it.
Even with the voice thingy.
Yeah, even with the voice thing.
That's actually a little rough. Okay. The last temptation of the Christ.
Is rough.
We have discussed this on YLS. We've been over this one.
Actually, that's true. Let's move on. You're still wrong though, but cool. Aha!
Put the cookie down now.
I actually think this is a fair rating. I don't enjoy this movie. I think it's you know, Turbo Man is a stupid doll,
He's
and
got Sinbad choking on an old lady.
the dog was okay. I didn't know why they hated dog, and yeah, he waited till the last day to get it. You know, he can probably just like take $500 out of his ass and buy one at anywhere that somebody has it. I don't know why he goes to so much trouble. I don't think anybody wouldn't sell that to him for like $500.
Yeah, when I was a kid, this was my brother's favorite Christmas movie. I don't know why. I never got why. I've never liked this movie. Sorry, Caleb Coho, who I know still likes this movie. Yeah,
Yikes!
I'm just not a fan.
You know that the kid in the end, like,
Oh,
sees
we got
he's,
some.
Look, I know that I did that.
I wonder if it's going to show up here. I
yeah.
wonder now.
I
Well, the
saw
thing is-
that,
Well, the thing is,
and,
we're
and
moving
I didn't want to
upwards,
kill our guest, so I didn't put that in.
and also earlier
Oh,
when I
yeah.
said, well, earlier when you said Jay and Silent Bob, and I said, well, it's a good thing we start at 1.5. It's because I thought I had rated Clerks 1 star, so it couldn't show up on this list.
Yeah, I actually did see that, but you know, Bar, have you seen Jingle All the Way?
But
You know what's pretty stupid? The kid in the end gets the special edition toy, and then he sees Arnold Schwarzenegger dressed as Turbo Man, and he's like, "You know what,
I don't
Sinbad? I know you've been trying to kill my father during the whole movie for this fucking toy, but you can keep it because I have the
I don't
real
need
thing."
Turbo Man. My dad is Turbo Man. No.
So, does that mean that he's gonna play with his daddy?
I'm out.
That's pretty sick. Mike, do you love this movie or what?
I like to think that this movie is in the same universe as Small Soldiers. Phil Hartman is so fucking great in this movie, and he plays the asshole neighbor just like he does in Small Soldiers. Yeah, I enjoy the shit out of this movie. It's ridiculous, but I enjoy the hell out of it.
He didn't like the child molestation joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was I supposed
Next
to?
No.
Good question there.
So what's your fucking problem with Tim Burton, man?
My problem with Tim Burton is that
I feel
you're
this is
picking-
personal.
My problem with Tim Burton is that you're picking the ones that are bad and not bringing up the fact that I really like stuff like Ed Wood, Edward Scissorhands, Corpse Bride. And you're just picking the ones that are legitimately awful.
I mean, this is what this show is, man. I'm not gonna pick 3.5-star movies or 5-star movies. So like,
I know, but you're judging me for having this at 2 stars as though this isn't the correct rating.
Yes, it is not. This movie
If
is at
anything, it
least
should be lower.
this movie is at least 3 stars.
Wait, who's this fucker that agrees?
And yes, he is.
Who is the scratch?
Yeah,
I want
I want to know who the scratch is.
I
too.
don't
I
know who
feel
the
like
scratch
this
is.
person. I feel like the reason this person is saying "what the hell" 2 stars is because they think it should be lower. That's my assumption.
Okay, so we have two
Is it
questions for the scratch.
Is it a scratch on the balls or what?
And is it above or below 2 stars for you? Those are the 2 questions.
Okay, the story is not great, but the apes costumes are great. This is the ones that did it with costumes. This is the best one, and I really like the effects on the. Okay, still low.
So why did all have these in one? What's a half-star difference?
Who are you, Scratch? We want to know.
So I like all the apes parts. I like the ape actors, and I don't know. I didn't like the human speaking. I do not like Mark Wahlberg. This movie was supposed to be Johnny Depp, but the studio didn't let Tim Burton put Johnny Depp in the role. They wanted somebody with more marquee value at the time, apparently, and I guess that was fucking Mark Wahlberg.
What?
I mean,
no.
it's not great. I'm not gonna fucking argue that, but it's better than 2 stars. Charlton
Nazario,
Heston. Charlton Heston plays an ape. I love it.
I mean, the movie was better. I mean, the movie was better when he played a human.
Yeah.
Bart, do you like this movie or not?
We should
Bart
just
gonna
name
This
of the
is
show.
insane.
Away
I-
again.
It's like we dropped in a black hole and we're just doing movies that Bart haven't seen.
Bart showed up and he was like, musicals. What's Planet of the Apes?
Mike, what do you feel about this film?
Yeah, it's not good at all.
Come on! Come on! You know what is awkward, actually? This is the last movie that Alyssa Marie appears from Tim Burton, but it's the first one that Helena Bonham Carter appears.
Yeah.
He's switch him! He's switch him! Good shit. Okay.
Is it?
Probably not. Euro trip! Scotty doesn't know that you give this movie 2 stars, dude. Don't tell Scotty.
Yeah.
I think this movie is actually quite funny.
Yeah.
It may not be a classic, but it is funny. And to me, that gives you 3 stars. But this is not an unpopular take, so this is why it's here. Bar, do you agree with this take from Euro Trip?
I have a feeling Bar has not seen this either.
Oh shit! Did we just spoil Scotty doesn't know?
I think so.
I feel like if there's any scene people know from this movie,
It's the only
that.
scene from this movie I know.
Mike, do you think
Look.
this is funny?
Yeah, I think this is funny. Like, is it great? No. But is it funny? Yes.
I like the part when they go in the tunnel with the weirdo.
Yeah.
Cameron,
Oh, is that
why didn't you like this movie?
Okay.
Why don't you like this movie, Cameron?
Shut up!
So look, nothing about this movie adds up to being a Cameron movie. Like, it's just so not anything I want from a movie. I watched this because it was on Full Metal's Deep Cuts list.
Who put that
And
there?
that's a great question.
I think it was Tim Smith.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
But yeah, nah.
Now for something completely different, and yet the same score. Men, Women, and Children, 2 stars.
Nazario, I'm pretty sure you're like the only person who likes this movie.
Really?
I have not
Jason
seen it,
Reitman.
so I
Jason
cannot-
Reitman is a pretty good director. He's
He
well
is,
liked.
and he's
People
made
appreciate
some great movies, and he also made Men, Women, and Children.
Can you tell me what is so reproachable about this movie?
The plot basically goes nowhere. Basically, none of the characters are real people. They're all caricatures. Like, Jennifer Garner is legitimately awful in this movie. There's an entire subplot about a woman, like, basically prostituting out her daughter. And they're like, but she's doing it for the right reasons. You should. And then later they try to make you feel bad for them. And it's like, no, you shouldn't try to make me feel bad for them. They were doing bad things, and they got what was coming to them. I watched this movie.
I actually think Adam
Caitlin
Sandler is
Dever is
pretty
in
good.
it, and she's great. And the rest of this movie is eh.
I like Adam Sandler in this one. It's pretty good.
I mean, that's it. But his entire subplot is like, I'm cheating on my wife. Feel bad
Yeah.
for me.
But you know what? This movie has not been well received. And I just checked in Letterboxd. Apparently, only you, me, and Tim Bracala have seen it.
And what did
So-
Timber Collar rate it?
2 stars.
Vindication. Vindication.
You guys are wrong. I think I gave it 4 stars because I actually really enjoyed it. I'm not even gonna ask because you two haven't seen it. So, moving on. By the way,
Or didn't
Mike-
you have to study Jason Reitman for a match, and you still didn't watch this?
It was. Yep, that's correct.
I'm gonna make a guess here. I don't think Bar would like it. I think Mike would say it's a fucking movie and give it something like 2.5 or 3 stars.
I would think that as well.
Looney Tunes back in action.
I think if anything, this rating's too high.
What? This is better than Space Jam. I better fucking not find Space Jam with 3 stars later.
I'm pretty sure I have Space Jam at like 1.5. I don't.
Okay, that's cool then. This movie is fine. I find it that the Looney Tunes parts are great.
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser is funny. Jen Elfman's funny. I like the joke about the Warner Brothers being actual twins. It's alright. I think the bad guy Steve Martin, he plays like a moron. I hate when people do that, but other than that, it's fine. And also, Joe Dante's a great director, so stop it with the disrespect.
Okay, but this movie wastes Joan Cusack, and you should never, ever disrespect Joan Cusack like that.
I didn't even remember she was in the movie. Bar, have you seen this cartoon live-action hybrid?
That's legitimately above my computer. It's like the one place in this room where there's not a poster. I've got a poster over here. I've got 3 over there. And then up here, empty wall.
Yes.
I've seen this movie.
Oh, okay.
Aha! One.
I actually kind of like this movie. I don't love it. I think I gave it 3 stars. I don't remember. But there's creative elements in this that I really like. But it's not great. But I mean, it's a good time.
Nobody's saying it's great. Except Mike. Are you saying it's great?
No, I'm not saying it's great at all. I enjoy it, but it's a fucking movie. I do
3
enjoy
stars.
it, and I enjoy it better than Space Jam.
Yeah,
It is
3
better
stars
than
is about right.
I
Everybody
learned
thinks-
last year how bad Space Jam actually is. And
Yeah, look, if you go back and watch Space Jam, yeah, it's not
the
good.
theme song and Bill Murray are the only good things about Space Jam.
Paul Oyama told me today that he's more excited about the Space Jam sequel than the Ghostbusters sequel. The man is insane.
Honestly, I might be on board with Paul.
And you're out.
But Paul also likes basketball.
The Wizard. Do you hate Nintendo?
No, I hate Ryan Permison for putting this on the Full Metal Deep Cuts list.
You know what? I'm gonna start just putting things in there to make you watch them.
Nazario,
This-
I'm very, very publicly retired from Full Metal.
That's true.
Very
I actually think I'm not in the league either, except maybe I have to test in or something.
Did you sign up?
Oh yeah,
I didn't sign up.
I got a test date and everything.
All right.
Will I
I didn't.
prepare for it? Probably not. Okay, The Wizard. This movie, it's fun. It's fun in a bunch. The dad becomes addicted to the TMNT Nintendo game overnight, and he screams that he's on level 3 when he's clearly on level 1. And they say Ninja Gaiden hype. They also play Mario Brothers 3, and they said like get the warp, which I don't understand how they know that because that game didn't come out before, and the warp is a thing that was discovered later. This movie they also use the power glove in a way that it doesn't really work. Like you cannot do the things you cannot do the things that they do with the glove in this movie.
I will say
there's this shot that I love where the guy's like, I'm gonna play Rad Racer with the glove, and he puts the glove like this, and you can see the kid standing next to the Nintendo below, and he goes like this with like the punching motion, and the game starts, and you can clearly see the kid pushing the button, and the bottom like he trained that kid, so he stands down there, and when he punches, he has to turn the machine on because
it's almost like this movie is an hour and 40-minute long
power
commercial.
glove is so bad. By the way, the kid's called Lucas, and I'm on board with Lucas again. I just bought the collector's edition of this Blu-ray. It's amazing.
You did not.
Yes, I did.
There's a collector's edition
Yes,
of this?
there is.
This movie got released after the initial. This movie got re-released in any capacity.
I'm like,
This movie has done one good thing in anyone's life, and that's that I watched it for Full Metal and it didn't get asked. And then later on in a match in multiplex, I was asked who plays the older brother in The Wizard, and I
This
knew it.
one, I have this in my collection, and it's fucking great.
uh,
Bar, do you like Nintendo?
don't try to don't. That's a loaded question.
Changing the subject.
We all know. Yeah, I
I
have seen
liked
this
it more
one.
before this movie.
I've seen this movie. This movie's got one of the all-time biggest plot, mistakes of all time, where it's a brand new game, Super Mario 3. No one's ever played it before, yet everyone knows how it fucking works. Like it is
And they know the warp too.
it is one of the biggest plot holes in movie history. It is genuinely up there with like the plot holes in Citizen Kane. Like this movie is bad. It's real bad. Like I
think
swear,
it's
if Criterion Collection ever adds this to their collection, this is dead. It's dead.
I was gonna throw you out, but I'm just gonna move on because I'm in shock. By the way,
I think
this is
what's
also a
sad
commercial
is,
for
like,
Universal
you
Studios.
own this on Blu-ray. There are multiple movies you've brought up in this show that I actively dislike that are sitting on my Blu-ray shelf over there. Specifically, Death Proof and Into the Woods.
That's just weird. Why would you spend your money on something you don't like?
Because I got the full box set of all of the Tarantino on Blu-ray.
This movie is shit, and I agree with it. So I'm gonna move on.
It's too
What
high.
a fucking disappointment is what it is.
I've only seen it once, and I saw it with my cousin.
Caleb Coho
Yeah, where
has
the hell is
something to
Toho
tell
right
you.
now?
I really am confused, Cameron. Sounds and music and dancing and shit. Not a single one above 3 stars. What the fuck?
Okay. I had a feeling this was coming up because this is one of my most controversial opinions. So my big thing with La La Land is I think it is a very good movie. I think it should be 4 stars. But Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone are not good singers. And so when you give me a musical where, in my opinion, the 2 leads don't sing well, you have a musical based around bad music. And it's hard for me to like that. I think it's visually great. I think their performances as actors are fantastic, but just no thank you. Also, Moana should have won Best Original Song over City of Stars.
I agree with that, actually. Bar, you also like music crap. Do you agree with his take?
Not really. I actually really love this movie a lot. It's a movie that's not really trying to be deep as much as it is trying to be like an homage to like the great musicals of the 50s and 60s and 40s and things like that.
You mean An American in Paris, and specifically An American in Paris?
It's specifically An American in Paris and The Umbrellas of Cherbourg.
Also, yeah, I love
What is
I
with that
love
umbrella,
An American
man?
in
You
Paris.
make me watch that movie, and I refuse to.
It is one of the most moving musicals of the entire 20th century, and this movie rips it off at one point.
It moves something, all right? My bowels.
You didn't even watch it.
Nah, I didn't. I actually thought this movie was pretty the first time I watched it, and I actually do enjoy song musicals. I still feel to this day that the best song on the whole thing is the opening number
I agree.
in the highway.
Yeah, agreed.
But on the second time I watched it, I actually thought it was more nuanced than I expected. I still kind of hate the way they end things with the relationship because it's kind of childish and stupid for something that was supposed to be deeper than that. And I mean, yeah, I think I landed somewhere around 4 stars with this one, but it
More
took me
people are
two.
watching that movie. Yeah.
Oh man, why are you doing this to people?
Real quick,
You guys
actually.
know that they're gonna change the list again for Full Metal, right? You can't stop now.
But the season's not over. The season will never be over.
It's not April yet.
Snowball Christmas in July coming soon.
Mike Hanley, what do you
Yeah.
think about La La Land?
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of musicals, but I thought it was a pretty good fucking movie. No, I don't love it, and I don't fucking hate it. Yeah, it's right in the middle for me.
So you agree with this 2.5 take, right?
No, 3.5. Pretty good.
Okay.
Fucking.
Okay, but Mike, reminder that to you a 3.5 is basically the same as a 2.5 to other people. So
Yeah, other humans, probably.
I want you to get these good feelings about Cameron that you're feeling right now, and hold them dear,
what's coming up now? Which Spielberg
because he
movie
has
that
to
I'm very
justify
warm
this
on?
shit now.
Oh, what?
Whoa!
God, what the fuck is happening?
Whoa!
We are done for today. Okay.
It's fun, guys.
Fucking good at this point. Jesus Christ.
I mean,
Play the music.
that's
What
a
the fuck
that's
is
a
happening in my
fucking
life right now?
that's a fucking
Oh,
oof if I've
shit.
ever seen an oof.
Yeah, don't even bring him back. We're just gonna we're just gonna finish the show off.
You know what? You know what? I'm not gonna bring him back just yet, because
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna I don't want to bring him back just so he gets
Oh.
thrown out again. You know?
Oh god, what's
Oh,
Or maybe I do, cause
yeah,
I'm gonna
do
bring
it.
him back,
Mike, it's gonna get a lot worse before
and then I'm gonna do this.
Whoa!
fucking shitting? What the fuck is happening right now?
What the hell?
I think he's fucking with me. That's what I think this is. I think he made sure he put these ratings because it's fucking ridiculous.
I don't know why, but you know what? Those are two savage ones, Cam. So explain. Please.
So before we started this,
Mm-hmm.
Nazaria went, "There's something Mike is going to kill you over," and I wrote down a prediction on my board, and I knew that it was going to be ET.
It's not only
So-
T.
Yeah,
It's not just ET, but I knew ET was probably going to be like the biggest thing that. So my explanation behind this
yeah.
is
Let's hear your explanation.
so I am a person who grew up with movies in the 21st century. I grew up with far more modern sensibilities. I grew up with far more like I have my own tastes that are not necessarily older as well.
Dude, Bar likes the Thin Man series. What the fuck is that as an excuse?
And but Bar's also wrong.
Fuck you, Scott. You son of a bitch.
but I didn't see ET until I think late 2019. I saw ET for the first time when I was 19, and I think part of and I see, but I disagree because I think as someone who worked for the McDonald's Corporation for 2 years, I want nothing to do with any of it. But I think because I saw it at 19, and I think part of ET is like the magic of seeing like this movie about someone your age when you're a kid.
Shut up,
and
Scratch.
seeing stuff like that. And for me, like it was just something where I know if I had seen this when I was a kid, I would have been filled with like this wonder and this love for it. And I think I just caught it a little too late. And so it just didn't feel quite right to me.
No such thing.
I just think that you don't have a heart and a snowflake.
Well, which one is it? Do I not have a heart, or does my heart get hurt too easily, Mike?
It's
Make
both.
up your mind.
Both. Now, why do you hate Saving Private Ryan, man?
Yeah. You pissed at his face?
Well, this is a thing that we've discussed before on YLS as well. I think the opening scene is perfect. I think that it's brilliant. And then the rest of that movie, to me, just fails to live up to it. I basically have the same problem with Saving Private Ryan that I do with Up, almost, where it's just the rest of it doesn't live up. I think there's parts that kind of take me out of it. Like, I love Nathan Fillion. I think Nathan Fillion is fantastic. But when Nathan Fillion shows up and they just have him like hysterically weeping, it feels like they're trying to be funny, and it feels so out of place in that movie to me. And it's just one of those things where it didn't work for me. I am also a person who loves Shakespeare in Love and would like people to stop yelling about it.
Footloose 2011, 17 again. And what the fuck? He has more like shit. Like, what's the other one he likes? The fucking one with the snowflakes. That one.
Well, there's a lot of those still yet to
Polar
come.
Express?
Okay. I'm just gonna do another twofer just for my own
before
sanity.
before we do it, Mark, what are your opinions on these two movies? We're gonna find out if you're staying in this call on that right now.
First of all, Saving Private Ryan was great.
Okay.
And I think we talked about this on YLS. E.T. I think is at my number 48.
Yeah. See, I knew E.T. was up there.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I was mostly raised on millennial movies as well. I'm from the 90s. Most of my memories are
But
from.
I wasn't alive in the 90s.
I know, but most of my movie going experience memories are from the 2000s.
And most of mine are from the 2010s. That's
And
the
guess
thing.
what? Guess what?
And you didn't take any fucking crazy pills.
And guess what? I never saw E.T. until 2019.
Oh. What do you got to
And you
say,
didn't
Cam?
drink the fucking Kool-Aid.
What I have to say is I feel like we're about to get even worse.
You bet your bitty.
I'm gonna balance this shit out because I cannot do that to Mike without doing it to myself first. Like not first, but as
See,
well.
the thing is, I think you're saying that, and then my assumption is you're gonna like bring up my takes on the rest of the Jurassic Park franchise.
Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me?
This is pretty.
The worst Back to the Future.
This is pretty stupid. But there's something even more stupid than this,
What is the first one's gonna be on there too?
and it's this one.
Holy fucking shit.
Wow.
I don't even need you to do that shit.
Yeah, I wasn't even me. I was biting the bullet. I was gonna fucking suck it up. Thank you, Mike. That's why you're the best partner in the world.
Jesus Christ.
I have no words for this.
Like maybe he meant the 2016 version of Ghostbusters. Maybe he
You
fucked
think he
up.
fucked up?
Yeah.
He may have
But-
fucked up.
Yeah, let's see.
Was it the woke one?
Fuck you, Scratch.
So I have not seen 2016's Ghostbusters. I've only seen this Ghostbusters.
Jesus.
They gave you an out.
I know they did, but look,
Thank you, Chase.
if Wireless
You're
is
on a
not
good
be
side right
anything,
now.
it's that I have to own up to the fact that I don't like things and that I like things that maybe aren't great. So I watched this movie on a total of 3 hours of sleep. I watched this. I had legitimately only gotten 3 hours of sleep and then watched it the next morning because I had to take a bus ride home from a youth retreat. So that probably didn't help. I don't know. A lot of the humor in this doesn't work for me. I don't know why. I'm sorry. And well, I think the big it has become apparent to me over time that just like a lot of older comedy doesn't necessarily work for me. A lot of 80s comedy, especially, just like isn't always in my wheelhouse. It's just one of those things that happens. I don't believe in ghosts, so that's also probably part of it.
Ghosts.
I just don't care about ghosts. But no, I think the cast of this movie is great. I think Bill Murray especially is fantastic. Just there's something about it that didn't work for me that's hard to explain. It's also been like 4 years since I've seen this.
Dickless here.
That's not
Isn't
true.
isn't that from the second one?
No.
No.
Oh.
God
No.
damn, what the hell is going on here? At least if you're gonna
Wait,
shit on
wait.
movies.
Bring him back. What the fuck is wrong with Back to the Future Part 2?
It's the worst Back to the Future.
It is not. But
So what are
Yeah.
the other Back to the Futures rated then?
Higher than 2.5.
better be fucking higher than 2.5.
I'm gonna look this up right now.
Yeah, look it
higher
up. I
than
want to hear this.
So I will also a big thing that I've noticed with my letterbox is that the further removed I am from a movie, the less kind of the less kind my rating is to it. Because I like the more recently I've seen a movie, the more I am to like it. For instance, the Back to the Future movies I have not seen in probably it's been at least 5 years, maybe 10. It's been a long time since I've seen any of them.
Okay, so
Oh no.
interesting.
It's been a long time. And
Back
I
to
know
the Future Part 3. Back to the Future Part 3. 4 stars.
Okay.
Back to the Future. 3.5.
Oh my fucking God.
I don't even agree with that. I don't know why my letterbox has it that way. But no, I just
Where
really
did we
need
get
to
these
rewatch.
viewers?
Yeah, where the fuck are
I
these
really
people
need.
coming
I
from?
really need to rewatch.
Cam, is this
these.
really you? Are you fucking with
It's not, because I'll tell you right now, I figured out who the scratch is, and I can expose that person right now if
Okay.
I really want.
I think it's good that we
Adelaide, guys.
the one thing we can agree on is that Saving Private Ryan, E.T., Ghostbusters, and Back to the Future are all about as good as each other.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Oh my God, Cam. You need to stop talking.
Yeah. I don't think you're ever gonna be back on this channel, man. I'm gonna fucking
I have
revoke
to. I
your
want
I'm
to
gonna
be champion.
revoke your spot from the reverse prefer.
You can't take away my title.
Watchmen.
This is a valid rating, and you know it is. You know it is in your heart. You know it to be
I
true.
want you to tell me what version are you rating? Like the regular one, the director's cut, or the killer cut?
The regular one, because it's
It
the only
doesn't
one that can
matter.
actually
They're
out
all
in
fucking
fandom.
perfect.
Nope.
Are they?
Yes, I own all 3 of them. I really like this movie. I know
Have you
people
watched
don't
all
agree.
3 back to back to back?
No, but I have done it in consecutive days. And I do feel that
Nazario,
I do feel like that Gerard Butler animated segments actually add a lot to the story.
Nazario, I would watch Sucker Punch again before I watch Watchmen because it's shorter.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Because it's shorter.
that's just not right.
That's
shorter.
disrespectful.
Something is
shorter.
messed up with you, boy.
It's shorter.
Somebody wired you wrong.
Nazario, I'm going to be honest. I rated this 2.5. I'm pretty sure I didn't finish it.
I like this guy. That's funny.
You know what? Maybe if you finish it, you give it a couple more stars. You know, like
Probably not.
give it a shot.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, honestly, I think it would be lower in Kim's opinion if you finished it.
Probably.
Mike, do you like Watchmen?
I think it's a pretty good fucking movie. I don't love it. I don't hate it. But it's definitely better than 2.5 fucking stars.
But Mike, 2.5 for me is 3.5 for you. Your rating system is fundamentally broken.
Bar, what's wrong with Watchmen? Oh, come on. You're giving me shit and you haven't even fucking watched the movie. Jesus. Okay. We're going to round the toilet around here and finish this shit soon. We got what? Like 5 more? 6 more? Here you go. Here you fucking go. 2.5 for the Lost World. You happy now? You're broke, Mike. I can't replace the man.
See, okay, I'll say this.
Like, you get it, though, Mike. Like, you understand why this
don't enjoy this movie because of fucking idiots, just like Cam. Fuck you, Cam. It's a great fucking movie. This is a movie that actually has the characters from Jurassic Park act like the fucking characters from Jurassic Park, unlike the third one. Fuck you, Nazario.
We did it, Mike. We took over. I've never seen this movie, so.
You're my good listener. At least you haven't seen it. So you can't
Yeah.
Oh, sons of bitches. Let's bring you fuckers back. Where is he? There he is.
Jesus, man.
Explain yourself, Cam.
So I also saw this for the first time this year. I don't have a love for the original the way that you do, Mike.
By
And
the way,
so-
Mike, the original is 3.5 in his ratings.
Oh my fucking god! You out of your fucking mind right now?
Mike, we may have a lot to talk about on YLS.
Holy shit! Are you fucking kidding me? We literally should end this right now. Fucking. Are you out of your fucking mind right now? What the hell is happening?
Oh boy, I can't wait
Do
for
you
the live
not like
recording.
dinosaurs?
Cesario.
Cameron? Do you not like dinosaurs or what?
We got the scratch back.
So this is another thing where I watched the original for the first time very late.
That's a bad excuse, man. You keep
Yeah, that's
digging.
not an
on that
excuse.
one.
You can,
Let's-
you
Yeah,
can't use
yeah.
that excuse on this one.
I watched ET late, so
Yeah, but like you're you, and you are a different person than me and whatnot.
Whoa. Okay. Now this is getting interesting.
What?
What the fuck is happening right now?
What?
Scratch. I know who you are, and I will call you.
What the fuck is happening right now?
But I think as much as yes, the characters are from the original are in it, it's everything around the characters that sort of doesn't work for me, as well as the new characters where it's like, we have gymnastics daughter who does gymnastics, and she's gonna kick a dinosaur in the face with gymnastics. Why,
Does she have a
Steven?
foot?
You made Catch Me If You Can. You made Catch Me If You Can, and you did this.
after this,
I'm
Yes,
gonna.
it doesn't
I'm gonna
matter.
move
Still
on
the same man. Still the
I'm
same
getting
man.
sad. I'm getting sad, so I'm gonna move on.
You're gonna make it worse, and I know you're gonna make it worse.
I like this movie. I do not understand what the
Val-
fucking problem.
This is a
It's
valid
a
rating.
scary
This is a
movie
valid
for
rating.
children, which is my shit. I love that shit. And this one is actually pretty good. The animation is a little off because it's the kind of thing they were doing back then. I think this one actually also has that face motion thingy for the characters. The house is a fucking monster that eats people. What the fuck is wrong with this movie?
So I rewatched this last year. I rewatched this in 2020. And my goodness, is this movie ugly to look at? The animation has not held up at all. It looks terrible. The 2.5 stars is basically only for the story and the script. It's got nothing else going for it.
Have you seen this movie, Mike?
Yes, I have. I enjoy this movie. And guess what? The animation holds up. Fuck you, Cam.
No, it doesn't, Mike. No, it doesn't. Don't lie to me. You haven't seen this movie in a long time.
I saw it 2 years ago.
That's 2 years too many.
Or have you seen this movie?
Fucking
Keep in
I
mind
also-
that this man also gave 5 stars to the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Yes.
Short term 12.
Yes.
what's wrong with short term 12?
Pop star never.
Nazari, you have not
stopping.
seen Short Term 12.
Rise of the Guardians is twice as good as Saving Private Ryan.
Oh my god.
Prince Caspian is also perfect. It's twice as good as Ghostbusters. Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Oh my god.
Ironic 5 stars.
Perfection.
Ironic 5 stars.
I'm
Yeah.
leaving for that one.
Dude. I mean, let's just fucking like. You want to throw a stake through my heart right now? Let's just fucking push it right now. Come on,
Oh my god.
come on. Kill me right here. It even has sounds and music and shit.
It has sounds, it has music, and it has shit.
I mean, the gargoyles are shit, but everything else is fucking perfection. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? This is the best movie Disney ever made.
Nope. No. No, it's not. Not even.
Yes, it is.
I don't even think you believe that.
Wait a bit. About a week.
Whoa! Whoa!
Nazario, no.
Whoa!
Actually, you know what? Yes, Nazario, yes. Lose in the final 2 weeks. Yes.
What the fuck is wrong with this movie other than the gargoyles? Because Judge Frollo, it's fucking perfect. The
He's
song
great.
about Hellfire is fucking perfect. The music in general, it's very, it's very good. And
I agree. I think some of the
no,
music. I think
Frollo, shit.
I think the
Frollo,
music.
fine.
I think the music in this is some of the best music Disney has made. My
Yes.
problems come mostly with A, the side characters, specifically the gargoyles, pointless, kind of ruin it. And also all the side characters other than Esmeralda, Quasimodo, and Frollo are severely underdeveloped. I think Phoebus has basically no character development whatsoever. I also have a problem with the fact that they spent 15 to like a good 15 minutes of this movie going, we have to find the whatever, what's the place called?
The Court of
Court
Miracles.
of Miracles.
The Court of Miracles. Thank you.
Ramus.
Then they're like, we have to find the Court of Miracles, and they spend 15 minutes doing it, and they get to the Court of Miracles, and 2 minutes after they get there, it gets raided, and they leave the Court of Miracles, and it means that, and so it meant nothing. It meant absolutely nothing, and they're back to where they started.
They catched all the gypsies. He burned down Paris, man. Oh my.
Yeah, and he could have burned down Paris without going there.
Okay. Bar. How do you feel about this movie?
I really like this movie a lot. I think that Frollo is one of the more interesting Disney villains. I think that Tom Hulce does an amazing job voicing Quasimodo. Honestly, Heaven's Light, I think, is a super underrated Disney hero song. Yeah, I like this movie. It's not great, but like it's really good.
Mike, have you seen this movie?
Yes, Hunchback Fest for Life. It's a good fucking movie. I enjoy the shit out of this movie.
Jesus, man. I don't know what to say. You gave 4.5 stars to Ocean's 13, and you give 2.5 to this.
Yes.
Okay. 3 more to go. We might make it. Rock of Ages, 2.5. Yeah, I don't care. Let's move on.
Okay, my favorite thing is you definitely took that screenshot from before, more than a week ago, then, because I just rewatched it, and it's lower than that now. I just rewatched Rock of Ages, and it's lower than that.
The movie that nobody knew it existed except you in movie games. You gave it 2.5 stars.
Yep. And I think that might be too high.
The animation is actually pretty good. Actually, I would say that. I think it's a beautiful movie to look at, but it's so forgettable that right now I cannot even remember what it is about. It's about Bugs, right?
For a strength category that I picked, and I don't remember what it is.
It's like Bugs or
Waltz is in it.
Something. Oh wait, is this the Fern Gully remake?
Basically, I don't remember. No, the
Have
Fern Gully remake is Avatar.
I have not.
Bar, have you seen this?
No, but I've written a lot of questions about this movie.
I'm sorry, I retired.
It wasn't just you; it was RJ2.
Okay.
RJ2.
Okay. Oh, right, Blue Sky. Yeah.
Blue Sky.
Usually, we end up on a bunch of 3-star movies just like to give some comparisons, but I think we've done enough shit for today, so we're just gonna end it with one. Remember, this means that he liked this movie better than everything else we watched today.
I'm so scared right now.
Tomorrowland.
Oh.
Could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot worse.
Yes, but this movie has one of the worst scenes ever, which is just being as forgettable as epic. Does anybody actually remember what happens in this film?
She has like a pin that takes her to Tomorrowland, and George Clooney has a jetpack, and Dr. House is the bad guy.
I was about to say Hugh Lowry is the bad guy.
I was with my wife in the theater when we went to see this movie, and I got a call from my boss, and he said like, I need this information right now, and I said, oh man, I forgot my laptop at the job site. And he said like, well, that's your fucking problem, because we gave you a laptop so you could answer when I needed information. So I had to drive from the theater to my job site, get the laptop, send information to my boss, come back, sat down, and the movie was ending. And I told my wife like, well, is it worth it for me to get it later? And she said, no. I mean, just you got about out so much out of it as much as I did sitting here. I didn't listen to her. I rewatched it, and she was right.
Why would you?
Mike, do you like this movie?
I honestly don't remember. I watched it. I don't remember what I thought about it.
That's the thing, is I don't remember it, which means I don't remember disliking it or thinking it was overrated, but I also don't remember liking it. It is very much
Bar.
Yeah. Okay, so you have this
Tomorrowland.
but you got Jurassic Park at 3.5. So you like just a little less than Jurassic Park. Fuck you, Snowflake.
You know what? I think that was a good way to end it. Bar, we don't even care if you like this movie or watched it. That's it, guys. We've been here for an hour and 35 minutes of this shit.
Yes.
Enough is enough.
And if you thought this was wild, just wait until you see our top 20s on YLS.
You know what?
It's not like Nazario listed several of the movies that are going to be in there while victimizing me.
You know what? I like the cross-promoting thing. So in about an hour, you get YLS. Watch that shit.
Yes, watch
It's gonna be this exact panel. But wait, I'm gonna fix it.
And I'll
I
be in the
think
comments this time, because I'm not.
I think it's something like this, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's how you get it.
Yeah.
This is how we get it on
And
YLS.
we got Cody up in the middle.
Good shit. Watch that shit. Next week, it's live. Like this was live, but it won't be shit. Like his taste is shit.
Exactly. My taste is still 1/4 of that show, Nazario.
Oh, hey, it's a song.
Thanks, Mike, for showing up today. Thanks, Bar, for not watching movies. Thanks, Cameron.
Anytime.
You know what? Don't thank you, Cameron. Fuck you.
Snowflake.
Yeah.
Buy merch. We have merch.
But Nazario, someone else stole my title.
Bye-bye.